received. Is that what it is? Oh, okay. Well, some people think it is. Some people think it is. So I'm gonna, I had the privilege of getting to do the sermon today on Memorial Day, and y'all know, my name is Robert Garza. I'm a lay pastor here. My passion is the military and the men in the military. You know, I'm a veteran, and there's several veterans out here. But this day here is Memorial Day, and we're remembering those that have given their lives up and sacrifice. That's what we're remembering today. Okay. I like to preach and teach, I know that, so I'm going to give you a little bit of facts, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a little preaching as well in here. Just a couple of quick notes. You know, Memorial Day is the day that we honor the soldiers who have fallen. It was initially remembered that those soldiers who lost their lives in the battlefield in the Civil War. So it's got a really great tradition to this day. Okay? It's observed the last Monday of May every year. The last Monday of May is when we celebrate Memorial Day. Okay? And just to let you know, like I told you last year, it's law. In 2000, Congress established the National Moment of Remembrance, which asks Americans to pause for 1 minute at 3 o'clock p.m. tomorrow in an act of national unity. And why was that time chosen? Because that's the time that most Americans are enjoying the freedom of our nation. So tomorrow at 3 o'clock, just if you remember, stop for a minute, just in remembrance of those that have given their lives for the freedom that we have here. Okay? It's law. Don't break the law. So that's just a few facts of Memorial Day, but I really want to focus my message on what it means to live Memorial Day every day. What it means to live Memorial Day every day. Okay? Well, first of all, you have to realize what it is. As I said, it's the day that we set aside to remember those who gave their lives for the freedom that we get to enjoy in this country every day. I said in this country, because not every country around the world has that. We're blessed. We are really blessed here. Okay? And I wrote these down, and I kind of changed them. I kind of marked them off there because we have the freedom to live and work as we want. We have the freedom to practice democracy or not. We can go to the voting polls. We don't have to go to the voting polls. We can vote for whoever we want to. We have the freedom to worship as we feel. In some countries, you can't have this congregation gather like this. It has to be done in secret. Isn't that something? We have that freedom. We have the freedom to keep and bear arms. Boy, is that important in Texas. Don't give me a show of hands, but I'm sure we got a lot of people packing here, don't we? You know, I don't want to show of hands. Don't tell me. I know half y'all are probably going to raise your hand. But we have that freedom here in Texas. It's in the Constitution. That's our freedom. Okay? We have the freedom to participate in events or not. We can sit here and put as much forth as we want to in protests, in rallies, in you know, our Republican or Democratic conventions, whatever we want. Or we don't have to. We can be apathetic about it and not care about it. That's our freedom. You know, over in North Korea, you have to. If you don't show enough enthusiasm, you get in trouble. So you better be enthusiastic. Okay, so we have that freedom here. We have the freedom to criticize our country and protest against things we do not agree with. You have that right. I think this is the greatest country in the world, but you know what? If you don't agree with me, we'll agree to disagree. That's your right. Those people that go out there and kneel at the Pledge of Allegiance, people that burn the flag, do I like that? No. But you know what? That blood was shed so that they could do that without getting in trouble right now. You do that in some countries, they're going to haul you off to jail. Unfortunately, they've got a different mindset, but that's okay. You know what? That freedom was for them too. It really was. And I wrote these down, and I kind of went through and marked them out, like I said, because I changed the freedom. But on every one of those, I wrote, we have the right. And we do have the right, but we're talking about freedom today, aren't we? We're talking about freedom here. Okay? And these freedoms are written in our Constitution by our forefathers and have been guarded and protected by those who have served our military so that they can have those rights, so we can have those rights. Some have laid down their lives so we can have this freedom. We don't have to agree with them, like I said, but we have to afford those rights to every American. Okay? We're a divided country right now, just as far as our political effectiveness. But you know what? That's their right. That's their right. You know? Bottom line is I'm your neighbor, we're in this together. Bottom line. We may not like what they feel, what they like. We may not like what they represent or what they, how they demonstrate it. But you know what? They're still our neighbor. Yeah. So do we take this freedom that I just spoke about? Do we take it for granted sometimes? We already talked about last week. We talked about people taking it for granted. Do we take that for granted sometimes? I'm not gonna lie. You know. I mean, we're sitting here talking about Memorial Day. We talk about it once a year, but we should live it every day. We really should. You know? It's sad, but I read this poll this week. I was looking at some facts, and I read this poll because a lot of people think that Memorial Day is something else. 55% of Americans today know that Memorial Day is the day that we honor our fallen soldiers. 55%, that's it. 27% thought it was to honor all military veterans. Isn't that sad? 5% it was thought it was those to honor those that are currently serving. And here's a sad number. 3% thought it was the day that we start summer. Memorial Day. Can you believe that? That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. Just to let you know, today is Memorial Day. The last Monday in May is Memorial Day. May 18th, which just passed, that's Armed Forces Day. That's when we honor those currently serving. And November 11th is the day that we honor our veterans. If you ever need to know, let me know. I'll let you know what it is, okay? There'll be a quiz, yeah. No. So who are these people that lay down their life for us? Who are these men and women that laid down their lives so that we can have the freedoms that we're afforded in this country? I'm not going to lie to you. I can't sit there and name every one. There's over a million of them. But who are they? Are they just a number? Are they just a number? Well, let me tell you a little bit about just a small portion of it, okay? How many of y'all have been to Washington, D.C. and seen the Vietnam Wall? It's a very somber and sober experience. You're sitting there looking at this big, massive, polished black wall with all these names written on it. I mean, they're small names, and you think about how many are on there. It's crazy when you look at that. And then you turn around behind you, and you see across the way, across the pond there, you see the Vietnam Memorial over there. And then over here you see Lincoln, you know, in the Memorial for Lincoln. And down at the other end you have the George Washington Monument, the big tall one there, and then the other side you have it's very somber and very, if you don't get patriotic, there's something wrong with it. It really is. Okay. But those names on that wall, that's what we're focusing on today. The names on the wall here. This is just a little bit of what I found out. This friend of mine, he's in the military, he was in the military with me. He sends out these statistics every once in a while, and I got this from him. There are 58,267 names listed on that polished black wall. And this is updated in 2010. 58,267 of them. The names are arranged in the order in which they were taken from us by date, and within each date the names are alphabetized. It is hard to believe it's been over 60 years since the first casualty took place in the Vietnam War. Over 60 years. The first casualty was Richard B. Fitzgibbon of North Weymouth, Massachusetts. He's listed by the Department of Defense as having been killed June 8, 1956. His name is listed on the wall, very first one. He's the very first one on the wall. So get this. He's listed there along with his son, Marine Corps Lance Corporal Richard B. Fitzgibbon III, who was killed September 7, 1965. A father and a son on the wall. Okay? That's who these individuals are. They're real people. They're real people. There are 3 sets of fathers and sons on that wall. 39,996 on that wall were younger than 22 years old. That's over half of them on that wall that were younger than 22 years old. 8,283 was just 19 years old. I was doing some stupid stuff when I was 19, I'm not gonna lie. The largest group on that wall, 18-year-olds. 33,103. 18 years old. I was still in high school at 18. Many of y'all were as well. 12 soldiers on the wall, they were 17 years old. 5 soldiers on the wall, they were 16 years old. PFC Dan Bullock, he was 15 years old. He was on the wall. 15 years old. I couldn't even drive when I was 15. You couldn't even drive when you were 15. He was over there fighting for our freedom. 1,448 soldiers were killed on their last day in Vietnam. Boy, that's a tough one there, isn't it? Your last day before you leave out of the country and they get killed. 997 were killed on the first day. They stepped off that airplane, they didn't even make it 24 hours. 31 sets of parents lost 2 or more sons. Not just 1, but 2. 54 soldiers attended Thomas Edison High School in Philadelphia. That's a large number to lose from one high school. 8 women are on the wall. They were killed wounded, nursing the wounded. 244 soldiers were awarded the Medal of Honor during Vietnam War. 244 were awarded the Medal of Honor during the Vietnam War. 153 of them were on that wall. Over half of them were on that wall. Belleville, Ohio, a population of 475, they lost 6 of their sons. The state of West Virginia had the highest casualty rate per capita in the nation. There was 711 West Virginians on that wall. There's a group of friends, they were called the Marines of Morenci. They had some of the best football teams, some of the best basketball teams in this little town in Arizona. Morenci, population of 5,058. You know, they were together, they were good friends, they grew up together, they enjoyed drinking beer and partying together. In quieter moments, they rode horses along the Coronado Trail and stopped and hunted deer in the Apache National Forest. That could be Clifton, that could be Meridian, that could be Valley Village, that could be any small town around here. But in an act of patriotism, all 9 of these gentlemen, they went out there and they enlisted in the Marine Corps. Their service began on Independence Day, 1966. Out of the 9 of them, 3 of them came home. The buddies of Midvale, Leroy Tafoya, Jimmy Martinez, Tom Gonzalez, they were all boyfriends. They literally lived right next to each other. One on 5th Street, one on 6th Street, and one on 7th Street in Midvale, Utah. Midvale, Utah. I mean, that just sounds homemade American, doesn't it? They lived right next to each other. They lived a few yards apart. They played baseball on the field right next to their houses. That could be me and my friends growing up, you know. And they all went to Vietnam. In a span of 16 days, they were all killed. Leroy was killed on Wednesday, November 22nd. Jimmy died less than 24 hours later on Thanksgiving Day. And Tom was shot dead during an assault on the enemy on December 7th. The most casualties for a single day were January 31st, 1968. We lost 245 soldiers in one day. The most casualties of a single month was May 1968. We lost 2,415 casualties in one day. It's pretty somber, isn't it? That could be our town, our community. That's who it is. The people that live and sit and breathe right here in these shirts next to us. Those are the people that have laid down their lives for this. You know, it's pretty somber. It really is. Each number on there has a name attached to it. It's not just a number, it's a name. They have friends attached to it. They have girlfriends and boyfriends attached to that number. They have aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers attached to them. And they also have fellow servicemen that believe me, when we're in the service together, one of us dies, all of us die. A little bit. They laid down their lives for our freedom. So why is it important that we remember each individual on this Memorial Day? I'm glad you asked. I'm glad. Okay. I'm going to pull the Bible in here a little bit, okay? You didn't think I was going to use the Bible. But on Proverbs 3:3-4 reads, "That love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Earn a reputation for living well in God's eyes and the eyes of the people. Now, if you read that in the NIV version, I think it reads, gain favor in the eyes of the Lord. But the American Standard Version reads, earn a reputation for living well in God's eyes and the eyes of the people. Wait a minute. Why do we have to earn a reputation in God's eyes for living well? If you say, Lord, come into my heart, I want you in my heart, we can gain that salvation, haven't we? It's given freely. There's not a price for it, is there? Why do we have to earn it? Why do we have to earn that? It's given to us. So why do we have to gain favor in God's eyes? Why do we need to earn it with God and with man? Because God said here, not only God, but with man as well. Why do we need to earn that? His gift is free. We can't pay for it. I don't care if you're a billionaire, you cannot buy that salvation. Just like you can't buy the freedom that's afforded us in this country. Why do we have to pay for it? Why do we have to earn it? The freedom was bought and paid for on the backs of every soldier that has laid down their life in service of the country. Why is it important that we pay for that, that we earn that? Just as in God's eyes. Okay? Let me say this to you. The reason is, I can't hear what you're saying because I see what you're doing. I can't hear what you're saying because I see what you're doing. How am I going to go out and win souls for God if somebody sees me and my life is in shambles? Right? God wants me to go out there and get my life in order so that I can be that example. Because I can sit there and say, hey, God's the greatest thing in the world. But if I, don't have a job, I'm, not taking care of my family, I'm not drinking, womanizing, doing whatever, how is that going to be an example of somebody that I want to be like? How is that going to be an example? That's why God wants us to get it right here, in our home, in our house, right here. Okay? We can preach to somebody and we can win some souls for God, living out there. But it's going to be a lot tougher, isn't it? It's easier to lead by example than to tell somebody how to do it. It really is. If I've got that integrity, if I've got that, if I live my life, this is the way we should all live our lives with integrity. Live your life so that if somebody says something about you that's negative, they question it, they don't believe it. That's not the Robert that I know. They say something. Because there's some people that say, yeah, I believe that about that man. Okay? Yeah, which one do you want to be? It's easier to be that first man if you're trying to go out there and live for God and do the right thing for God. Okay? So why do we need to live this righteous life and make souls? You don't have to. You don't. Salvation is given freely. There's not a price for it. Just like our freedom, there's no price for it. It's been paid for. You owe nothing. Well, why wouldn't you want to owe? Well, why wouldn't you want to show your gratitude for such a gift? Why wouldn't you want to? Okay? I watched this movie when I was a young kid. It was really a pretty bold movie. It was a powerful movie. It was a movie, some of y'all may remember it. It's called Saving Private Ryan. Remember that? A lot of y'all are older, they might not, younger ones might not remember that, but I watched that, It's a powerful movie. It's about, just in case you haven't watched it, it's about this, the D-Day invasion, and his mother has sent 4 of her sons that were in the D-Day invasion. The State Department finds out that 3 of the sons were killed in the invasion initially, and that 1 is left, Private Ryan. And they send this group of 8 men to go out there and find this Private Ryan and bring him back, because mother's already received 3 letters saying, dear mom, I'm sorry to say your son served and he's killed in action. Can you imagine another one? She lost all 4 of them. So they send this crew out there to get Private Ryan. Of course, he's an airborne ranger, and they are on the very front line. So they have to trek, and it tells about the story about how they go out there, and they finally find this Saving Private Ryan, Private Ryan out there. He's the front line. They're out there defending this bridge. It's the only bridge. Everything else has been blown up to get across the river so that the forces can go forward. So they're kind of in a tough spot there. They can't really pull them out because they need to defend that bridge. And Private Ryan says, why am I going to go back? These are my brothers here. I don't have any more brothers to go back to. That's the way we are in the military. I don't care if you're Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard, whatever. We're all brothers together. So if they sit there and they make the decision that they're going to make a stand right there with them, long story short, the battle ensues, and several of the men get killed, but the leader, captain, at the end, he's sitting there, and in his dying breath, Ryan comes up to him, kneels down, and with his dying breath, he whispers to Saving Private Ryan, "Earn this. Earn it." And he passes on. What does that mean? What does that mean? Live a good life, you know. Earn this freedom that we have paid our lives for, right? Well, you know, that's a powerful statement. Earn this. Earn this. And what's really better is at the end of the movie, it kind of morphs and it turns from the young soldier to the older gentleman, you know, probably 50, 60 years later. And he's gone back to Normandy and they're waiting there. And just to let you know, over in Normandy, the beach on D-Day, where we invaded it, a lot of those soldiers are still there. We buried them right there. France has given us that plot of land for our national cemetery, debt-free. You know, our soldiers are buried there, 9,388 of them, something like that. It just went up one number a couple years ago because a brother, his twin brother was over there, and he wanted to go over there and be buried with his brother and their daughter. So it went up one number. But it's right there on the beaches of Normandy where the invasion took place. And this old man, the older gentleman, he goes up there and he kneels right there at the tomb, the grave of this captain that saved him. And what's really poignant about this is every cemetery we have out there, national cemeteries, if you've been to them, they have the round headstones. Over in Normandy, they have crosses. They have crosses. So when he's saying, "Have I lived a good life? Have I earned this?" It's kind of symbolic. Is he saying it to the captain, or is he saying it to that cross? It's very, very poignant. It really is, you know. Have I earned this? Have I earned this? You know? He's gonna get up. So he's sitting there and he's thinking about everything, remembering everything. His wife comes up, his sons and daughters and grandchildren all come up, and he kind of gets teary-eyed and, you know, says, "Tell me I've lived a good life. Tell me I have lived a good life. Tell me I have made it worthwhile." You know? I think about that, and I think about Jesus Christ on that cross. You know, what if he was up there on that cross, and instead of looking up, he looks down, and he says, "Earn this. Earn it." That's Old Testament right there. And I guarantee you, just about every one of us, if not every one of us, we would fail. We would fail because we cannot live up to that. But thank God he looked up. And instead of saying, "Earn this," looking down on us, he looked up and said, "Father, please forgive them, for they know not what they do." It's that gift of eternal salvation. Once again, the ultimate gift. I don't care how much money you got in the bank. I don't care how much stuff you got. I don't care how good you are. You cannot earn that. You cannot earn that. You know, thank God he didn't look down instead. He looked up instead. So how do we do this? We ask ourselves the question, how do I earn it? How do I earn this? Now that I've paid for it, now that they have paid for it, how do I live a life that I can earn this? Are you living a life that would earn you your freedom and salvation? I'm not going to lie. If I had to earn it, I'm not going to lie. I'd fail. I imagine probably the majority of us in here would fail. But we can strive to live that life, can't we? We can strive to live that life. We can live a life that practices honor, respect, reverence, and loyalty to our fellow man. That's what God wants in the Bible, doesn't it? We can live a life of integrity, a love that is unconditional towards others, the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We can live a life like that. You know? We can live a life like that. We can be grateful and appreciative of what we have by giving this freedom instead of taking it for granted. like Marty spoke about last week. We take things for granted. We're pretty blessed in this country. We're blessed that we can carry weapons. We're blessed that we can have a democracy where we don't have to have revolutions to change. We've had one revolution, a civil war, and that's it. In our whole country over 200 years. That's pretty remarkable, it really is. We're blessed that we can change democracy from a Democrat to a Republican or to whoever is our next president. We can do that and not shed blood. There's countries that can't. You know, we're pretty blessed that we can come in here and we can open the Bible, we can read it freely. There's some countries you can't. We're blessed that we can be apathetic if we want to. We don't have to participate in this thing called patriotism. We don't have to. In some countries you have to or you get put to death. These are the freedoms that we afford. If we want to go to work and I want to be a plumber, or I want to be a carpenter, or I want to be a policeman, I can do that. Some countries will tell you what you're going to be and that's it. We take these things for granted, people. We really do in this country. We take it for granted. We're the greatest country in the world. I still believe that. I mean, other countries, you know, they're catching up and that's great, but we are still, nobody can outproduce the American farmer. You know that? You know who that is? That's just right here. That's Oklahoma, that's Nebraska, that's Idaho. Nobody can outproduce us. Their technology, guess where they get it from? From us. China, where do you think they got all their technology from? Us. We're still the greatest country in the world. Do we have problems? We do. We do. Look at us individually. Do all of us have problems in our life? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But thank God, who is greater than He is in the world, right? We can turn to Him. Turn to Him. Let's live a life that makes Him proud of us. Let's live a life so that when we finally get up there to heaven, you know, we can apply it to our life today. And let's live a life so that we finally get to heaven. It doesn't matter the price that we pay for it, because you know what? It doesn't matter because we can't afford it. Okay? But I want to get to heaven. When I walk through those pearly gates, I want God to say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." That's what I want Him to say. I don't want Him to say, "Woo, you barely made it in here. Come on in." I don't want Him to say that. Yeah. Some of y'all are going to be there with me. I know. I want Him to say, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." How am I going to do that? I see you back here. I know it was you. I want Him to say, "You know what? Well done, my good and faithful servant." And how am I going to do that? By living it daily. Daily. I know that we've got this Memorial Day and we celebrate it once a year, but man, if we lived it daily, would that change our country even more? Yeah. You know? It really, really would. I want to be in there when I walk through that pearly gate and God says, "That's a man after my own heart right there," just like He told David. It's a man after my own heart right there. That's what I want to be. Earn it. Earn it today. We don't have to. We don't have to. And it doesn't matter what we do, it's already paid for. But live that life like you earned it. Go out this weekend, enjoy your barbecues, enjoy your briskets, enjoy your Earls, enjoy your hot dogs, whatever you're going to cook. But remember, at 3 o'clock tomorrow, stop for just a minute in remembrance of those that have laid down their lives so that we can have that freedom today. Earn it every day. Earn it every day. Guys, go out and have a good week. I'm done. Thank you. That's it, guys. You gotta go home.